What's up, YouTube people? It's your boy Patty McNinja, and this past Friday we got the brand new Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and to say that the launch of this game has not gone well would be a huge understatement. So of course, since I'm making this video, I want to talk about it. So without further ado, let's rock. The new Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare 3, officially released this past Friday, November 10th. However, if you pre-ordered the game, you actually had access to its single-player campaign a week earlier. And this practice of allowing us to play games early, if we pre-order them, has become more and more popular. Madden games have been doing it for years. However, games like Starfield and Mortal Kombat have also followed suit recently. And maybe I'm in the minority here, but outside of a few exceptions, I almost never pre-order games. Gaming is already an expensive hobby as it is. I'm not gonna pay more money than I already am just to find out a game I was slightly interested in is trash. I'm just gonna wait for the reviews to come in. If it's mid to good reviews, I'm gonna spend the money. I don't have to worry about the game running out of stock because I buy most of my games digitally. I have an Xbox Series S, so I have to buy those games digitally, and digital games don't run out of stock, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm not saying that I don't play bad games. I do, obviously. I reviewed Gollum, and that's one of the worst games I've ever played, but I love Lord of the Rings, so I was always gonna play that game. So I'm not saying I don't play bad games. I just feel like using this strategy, I play less bad games. So you really have to entice me with some cool pre-order bonuses for me to even consider pre-ordering a game. And nowadays it feels like they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel with these bonuses. The only exception is if you let me play the game early. I love video games. I love playing video games. So if you let me play a game early, I'm most likely, if I'm even slightly interested in the game, I'm gonna pre-order it. Especially a game like I mentioned Mortal Kombat 1 that did this. Now you had to pre-order the premium edition, so it was extra money. But that game I was super psyched for. So if you let me play a game like that early, take my money. And when there's money to be made, Activision and Call of Duty says, yes, please give me your money. They have to justify that $60+ billion price tag. However, 12-year-olds everywhere would have rioted if anybody got to play the multiplayer early. So Activision just decided to release the single-player campaign early. And that plan is great on paper. Try to get people psyched for this game and pre-orders up. However, Activision and Sledgehammer forgot one crucial part of that plan. They actually have to make the campaign good and worth the pre-order. And Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 single-player campaign is absolutely getting crushed on Metacritic right now. As of recording, it has a 53 critic score and a 1.5 user score. And even IGN got into the bashing of this game. IGN made waves when it recently posted its single-player campaign review for Modern Warfare 3, and they only gave it a 4. You know that Sledgehammer and Activision done fucked up if IGN, of all places, gives it a bad review. In their review, they state it's underbaked, rehashed, and cobbled together from multiplayer parts. Modern Warfare 3 single-player campaign is everything a Call of Duty story mode shouldn't be. Now, I have played the campaign, and while I don't agree with everything IGN states in their review, which shouldn't be surprising, I rarely agree with IGN reviews. I will agree that the campaign does feel undercooked and rushed. We'll get to the rush part here in a little bit. You can easily beat this campaign in an afternoon. And if I'm being 100% honest, I'm not always invested in the story part of the campaign. Most of the stories are kind of forgettable. For me, I really just care about cool missions. And unfortunately, the missions in Modern Warfare 3 are completely forgettable. I hated the weapons-free missions in this campaign. They clearly wanted to make some of these missions feel like Warzone. I don't particularly love Warzone. I don't really like battle royales to begin with, but I've played a little Warzone and it's fine. It can be fun in small doses, but I don't want my campaign to feel like Warzone. So therefore, I think Modern Warfare 3's campaign, despite there being some lackluster campaigns in the history of Call of Duty, this is easily the worst one I've ever played. And there's a simple reason why the single player campaign felt rushed. It's because the entire game was rushed. According to this IGN article that I found, there's a new report that reveals that Modern Warfare 3's development time was nearly half that of a normal Call of Duty game. If you read the article, it says that Sledgehammer Games reportedly pitched Call of Duty Advanced Warfare 2, its follow-up to 2014's Advanced Warfare, only for it to be shelved in order to create Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. This reportedly led to heavy development crunch within the studio. According to Bloomberg, Sledgehammer Games had to make Modern Warfare 3 in a year and a half rather than the typical 3-year development cycle, which 3 years seems insane to make a huge AAA game like Call of Duty. From my perspective, it was always taught to me that it usually takes about 4 to 5 years at the bare minimum to make a AAA game. So I know a lot of Call of Duty seems like it's cut and paste, so maybe they can cut some corners in that sense. But to even make a game like this in 3 years seems insane to me. But then to cut that in half is absolutely absurd. The development of Modern Warfare 3 was reportedly rushed because another Call of Duty that was delayed out of the 2023 release window. And the short development cycle for Modern Warfare 3 has led to a piss poor Call of Duty game. And people have been so upset with the single player campaign for this game that they've actually been review bombing Modern Warfare 3 on Metacritic. Unfortunately, some of them weren't double checking to make sure that they were review bombing the right Modern Warfare 3. As it turns out, they accidentally review bombed the 2011 Modern Warfare 3, not the current Modern Warfare 3, which is absolutely hilarious. But to their credit, Metacritic has already come out and said they're actively working on removing these bad reviews, but as of recording, it still has mostly negative reviews, so they still have a lot of work to do. And while people giving negative reviews to the wrong Modern Warfare 3 is objectively hilarious, I don't actually agree with calling this a review bomb. Because maybe I'm being nitpicky or arguing semantics, I don't think of this being a true review bomb. When I think of a review bomb, I think of people who haven't actually played a game going on and giving it a negative review because of the promo material or some kind of leak like we saw with The Last of Us Part 2. Before they even played the game, they're already giving it a negative review to persuade other people from not buying the game from the get-go. But since people got to play this single player campaign early, it feels like most of these negative reviews are coming from people that have actually played it and just didn't like it, like I didn't like it. That's not review bombing. That's just a lot of people playing the game and giving their honest opinions. That's just a review. Just because it's negative doesn't necessarily mean that it's a review bomb. My only criticism to these people is maybe make sure that you have the right Modern Warfare 3 before you click submit on that review. But as always, those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours in the comments down below. Of course, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, as the kids say. It's just a quick and easy way to help me out. I do this content thing as a hobby. I put a lot of time and effort into it, so it'd mean a lot if you hit that like button. Of course, I'd love it if you consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, ding that bell. That way you're notified every time I post a video. I try to post weekly gaming related content. So if you like this content, which you obviously did if you made it this far in this video, definitely consider subscribing and dinging that bell. But until next video, take it easy. What's up, YouTube people? It's your boy Patty McNinja, and this is my boy Yoshi, aka Kitty Boy, and we were just talking and we agree that since you made it this far in the video, you might as well subscribe. You wouldn't want to disappoint Kitty Boy, would you?